Hi everybody, welcome and thank you as always for spending time with me. I have no idea what my videos sound like because about 2 days ago I literally woke up, went to the bathroom, came back and switched on my laptop, of which I had been logged out of the internet and had everything unplugged and untouched for an entire day. Anyway, just to find it gave me a blue screen and nothing else except for a once-off message about some fatal error, which was indeed fatal because the motherboard or hard drive or what the crashed and died. So right now I'm on the hyper slow antique again, which has very, very little sound. I can just about hear enough to be able to edit a video. I am really, honestly and truly so sick of this. It's like a never-ending drama, non-stop. If not the one thing, then another. I told my daughter this morning I feel like selling everything in the house and starting over. Have you ever felt like taking a £5 hammer to just about everything? Well, that is how I feel. Things just break while standing untouched. How that happens is absolutely beyond me. I can only think it's some bad juju coming from somewhere. So stop it, Megan, stop it. The angrier I get, the worse I get. So try me. Continue this, okay? Okay, no, I'm joking. But I won't be surprised if she is indeed trying to put spells or whatever on us. Anyway, I'm only getting more and more annoyed with Harry and Meghan being invited to all these public do's and being treated like royals. But you know what? Although the two of them irritate me like no one else, it's not really them I am annoyed at. Please understand. People who are beggars and grifters will grab the hand if you offer them the pinky. Meghan will grab every freebie, every photo opportunity, everything she can use for clout, everything she thinks will make her more popular or can earn her a dime. She will walk through a blizzard for a photo opportunity. You can be sure of that. So, I mean, we know what to expect from her, so there's no point in getting annoyed with her. Irritated, yes, one can't help it, but annoyed? No, there is no point, because the people we should be annoyed with are actually the ones who keep inviting them to events and keep treating them like royalty. I mean, really? What is wrong with them? Take this David Foster event. For every 5 photographs of someone, there are about 10 to 15 of Meghan, and sometimes also Harry. I mean, geez, Meghan and Harry being photographed. Meghan and Harry photographed with David Foster and Catherine McPhee. Meghan photographed with Catherine. Meghan dancing. Meghan looking. Meghan talking, mostly to herself. Meghan taking photographs of the cake. Meghan photographing Harry. Meghan walking into the venue, acting like a 12-year-old, all surprised by the Scottish band. Oh, wow! Giggle, hand in front of the mouth. Oh, feck off, Meghan. She acted like they were there specifically for her and Harry, which is, of course, not true. The Scottish band who welcomed the guest was actually a group from Victoria, British Columbia, Canada, where David Foster was born. David does this kind of thing. He supports charities through music and he supports other musical artists. Anyway, why the heck are these people continuing to enable Harry and Meghan? David Foster and Catherine McPhee are not the only ones. Geez, I mean, we've seen Harry receiving an aviation award. That, to me, was the biggest joke of them all. The most Harry has flown on his own in his entire life was when he did his qualification exam and for 5 minutes in a circle over a base in Australia. He was never a real main pilot of anything, not a plane, not a helicopter. I mean, geez, I don't think he can fly a hobby drone or even a freaking kite. I said this before. He may get as high as a kite, but flying one, that's a whole different matter. Remember the Pat Tillman Award, which Pat's own mother did not even want Harry to receive. Then there was the Times 100 Award. For what? Each and every time Harry receives one of these awards, he makes a bigger and bigger and bigger fool of himself. I keep getting back to the Aviation Award. Harry did not even go ahead and try to obtain a civilian pilot's license like William did. Part of having a pilot's license is that in the United Kingdom, as in most countries I personally know about, you have to keep up your ratings. For instance, you have to renew your instrument rating every 12 months. You need to have a certain number of flight hours, takeoffs and landings, and most importantly, your medical certificate must be renewed. Every 5 years if you're under 40, 2 years between 40 and 50, and every 12 months if you are over 50. And of course, it is even more regularly when you are a commercial pilot, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about a PPL, private person, okay? Now, Harry has not done any of this. Zilch, nada. All he has ever done for aviation was fly in other people's private jets. So why are people doing this? Harry is nobody, but just happens to be Charles's son. He's not a working royal anymore. He does not have truckloads of money, and from almost birth we knew he was not a genius. Now, after years of sniffing everything he could lay his hands on, even apparently he snorted vodka, which I did not even know one could do. But anyway, the fact of the matter is that Harry could never be a pilot and still cannot be one because he will not pass a medical. Part of that medical is, of course, a drug test. And that is why Harry likely never even bothered to try and get a civilian license. Because he knew he would not pass that drug test. So long story short, Harry chose drugs over flying and pretty much everything else. Yet he still received an aviation award. And now remember, I'm not slandering Harry. Harry, in his own words, talked about taking drugs. So no, Harry is not the idiot. Those who decided to give him the award are the idiots. They are the ones making fools of themselves. And the longer this continues, the bigger fools these people look. So yes, I can hear the chorus. Harry Emanuel, William Morris Endeavour, Sunshine Sachs, money, 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 money. Yes, I know, but my argument is that this William Morris, WME, Sunshine Sachs, etc., they are all agents and scouts. They are responsible for finding work, arranging events and appearances for talent. They get paid. They do not go around paying the elite or celebrities or others to host or to blow steam up the arses of Harry and Meghan. WME and Sunshine Sachs are about making money, not spending money. So, we are back to square one. Who is behind all these awards and invites? Who has the money to pay for all these awards and events? Not Meghan and Harry. So who? It has come out that George Soros paid for Harry and Meghan's trip to Colombia. Now remember them saying they funded it themselves. But when Tom Bowers said that George Soros paid for the trip, no one argued. Not George Soros nor Meghan and Harry. Now yes, Google and Gemini calls it an unverified claim. Well, tell me what would constitute a verified claim. Meghan and Harry lying about it again? I think Tom Bauer, a man with a legal degree, a respected author whose claim has not been disputed, is far more reliable than Harry and Meghan, who told 17 verifiable lies in one interview. Okay, now, so why would George Soros provide Harry and Meghan with money? Sponsor trips and awards for them? Well, here is an idea. George Soros is likely, possibly, financing these appearances in an effort to destabilize the monarchy, because his concept of an open society inherently champions elected governance over autocratic and influential monarchies. Now remember, it was also George Soros who broke the Bank of England in 1992, and it is interesting to read about his connection to the World Economic Forum, of which Charles had been a massive supporter for many, many years. So when it comes to why he would fund events and visits and awards for Harry and Meghan, you can literally take your pick. It is also said that Meghan Markle went on a couple of dates with Alex Soros. Now, how true that is, I don't know, but with her Soho connections and her past, it is, of course, not impossible either. Anyway, friends and frenemies, by now we all should know and can feel that something is not quite right, can't we? We know by now that Meghan loves her bit of weeding, and not in her garden. Oh, and you must remind me at some point to tell you about something about weeding. Anyway, it is also fairly well known and quite often spoken about that Meghan's flavor of choice comes in white powder and not baby talcum powder either. Harry goes through phases where he looks healthier and better, and then he looks terrible again. Like at the David Foster event, he looked terrible. He looked unkempt and very effeminate. His neck hair was unshaved and untidy, growing into his collar. His beard was untidy, growing down his neck. And those pants he wore, I mean, what the heck? Those are not a tuxedo or suit pants, or someone altered it for him. And why would they do that? I've never seen such tight-fitting pants with a suit or a tuxedo. And did you hear him say to the one bloke that he can play both the bagpipe and the drum? I sincerely doubt it. But why would he even say it? I mean, just random shit coming out of his mouth. And those hand gestures. I mean, he will put Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, to shame with his mannerisms. Really, these supposed high-end appearances are becoming more and more and more embarrassing, and I just wonder how long is it still going to take for all the wokerati and Hollywood to catch on that the world is laughing at them for entertaining 43% number 6 on the call sheet like she's a royal. I mean, royal of what? I can tell you, we have a toilet paper brand called Royal. Maybe they were thinking of someone like Meghan when they named their brand. Anyway, guys and girls, that's it from me for today. It will probably take me a couple of hours to get this video loaded, but I shall hang in there. What else is there to say or do? So, until we meet again on the next one, please take good care of yourselves. Stay safe. Bye.